Hi, I'm Jim Covington, Director of Legislative Affairs for the Illinois State Bar Association, and I would like to welcome you to this week's edition of ISBA Statehouse Review, today on August 4th. To put these matters into context, Governor Quinn has received about 609 bills from the General Assembly this spring. I think this week and the next 3 or 4 weeks, he's going to have to take action on 60 to 70 bills a week. Because the 60-day drop date are expiring at this point. At this time, though, we've got just 2 bills to talk about that are of interest to you. And the first one is Public Act 97-236. It took effect August 2nd of this week, and it has changes to written leases in which there's criminal activity by the lessee or the occupant of that leased property. And it requires a written lease to put in it a notice provision that says if the lessee or any occupants commit any kind of Class A misdemeanor or any kind of felony, the lease becomes void at the election of the lessor. Failure to do so does not eliminate the ability of the lessor to do this, or if there's an oral release, but they do want that notice provision in there. The second thing it does is, under this current act, the state's attorney of the county where the leased property is may come in and file a forcible entry and detainer action to evict for criminal activity. This also amends the statute to expand it to allow the corporation council of the municipality the same right to do so if he or she wishes. The next bill we're going to talk about amends the Home Repair and Remodeling Act. It's Public Act 97-235. It's effective January 1 of 2012. And this act does 4 different things. The first thing it does is impose a $250 civil penalty against a roofing contractor, a licensed roofing contractor, for failure to include on any of its commercial vehicles their name under which they're licensed and their license number. And this penalty is not imposed if they correct it for failure to do so on or before the hearing on the civil penalty. The second thing it does is it prohibits contractors from advertising or promoting or promising to pay the insurance deductible that is not going to be paid, that the consumer has to be paid, or whatever the insurer won't pay for repair work. They can't promise or advertise to do so. The third thing it does is it prohibits a licensed contractor from accepting compensation or any other kind of reward for allowing an out of area, and that term I think is undefined in the statute, but I'm not sure, to prohibit an out of area contractor from using a local contractor's name in these matters. And the final thing it does, it allows the consumer to cancel a contract for a contract with a contractor within certain short time periods if the payment from the insurance proceeds doesn't materialize as everybody in the transaction had hoped or thought it would. And that's being a little, I'm kind of being a little cursory there on summarizing that, but that's kind of what it does in a nutshell. And we will see you next week with ISBA Statehouse Review.